I have had to ignore myself in so many ways. When people pay me compliments, I no, 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 I haven't. No, yeah, all right, yeah, if you say so. I've had to go from that kind of reaction to, oh, thank you. That's really nice. Thank you. Accept it. Take it. Take it. Because our view of ourselves is never, ever the reality that anybody else sees. And I need to emphasize that. Our view of ourselves is never the view that other people have of us. I'm in a dilemma at the moment because I need to get a dress for a wedding. And all the dresses I love are sleeveless. But because I've lost so much more weight, I've not only got a lot of loose skin again, even though I had it removed many years ago, I've developed more, and I don't want to have my arms out. And I've looked at ways of covering up my arms with a sleeveless dress, but it actually ruins the aesthetic of the dress. And it's really made me conscious recently, whilst I've been dress hunting, of how I view myself. When I mention this to other people, they say, Mel, nobody's going to notice. Nobody's going to be looking at that. You go for the dress you want to go for. And in my heart, I agree with that. In my head, I agree with that. But I still struggle with that. And I'm sure that many of you can relate to those struggles. I guess what I'm saying really is I'm a work in progress. It's something I say all the time. I will always be a work in progress. This journey is never easy and this journey never ends. And we evolve all the time. And every so often, something will come up that makes you bring out old thought patterns. And for me, it's been a combination of people telling me that I look great and me trying to buy a dress for a wedding, which has ended up being a nightmare. And yet in the beginning of my journey, one of the things I loved absolutely the most about having lost weight was that I could now go into any store and buy whatever I wanted. And I myself have kind of tainted that now with, oh yeah, but I can't wear that. And I can't, oh, that's too short. I can't get my legs out because, oh my God, my legs are still awful. And I'm feeding myself these things all the time because these are the things I thought when I was obese. And so I'm still telling myself that now. So when I'm feeling like a heffalump when I walk down the stairs, it's because I'm feeding myself constantly with all these thoughts. And it's very interesting. I heard somebody say the other day, where your focus goes, your energy flows. I had to think about that for a minute. What does that mean? But I know. If you focus on negativity, all of your energy will go to that negativity and it will continue to feed it and you will continue to feel negative and say negative things to yourself. It's not beneficial at all. Not in the slightest. So to a certain degree, yes, I have body dysmorphia. But just because it has a title and it kind of sounds official doesn't mean we can't challenge it. When I do look in the mirror and I think, well, I don't really feel as tiny as everybody's telling me I am. What do they mean by tiny? You know, I'm not tiny, but this is just a way for me to bat off that compliment. Well, I am tiny compared to what I was. If you want to look at it that way, whichever way you look at it in a way where you can turn that negativity into a positive. So when I do next walk down my hallway and I'm faced with a big mirror at the end of it, instead of telling myself, I can't see what they're talking about, I think they must be mad, and I know best, and actually, yeah, it's very nice of them to say that, but in reality, no, I'm still a great big fat thing. I can instead stop myself from doing it. Stop talking to myself that way. I would never talk to a friend of mine like that. I would never, ever turn around to my best friend and say, what are you talking about? You are still big and fat. I don't know what all these people are saying. I don't know what they're looking at, but it ain't you. And yet that's what I'm telling myself. And that's what we all tell ourselves, one way or another. We feed ourselves with our own, I guess in a way, self-dislike. That is why when we all lose a huge amount of weight, and we are talking not losing a stone or 2 stone, we're talking all of us that have lost 7, 8, 9, 15 stone, it is imperative that we catch ourselves thinking, that we stop the rhetoric. There is an episode that I did earlier on with the fabulous Paul Beck, and he's a mindset coach, and he works on, well, one of the things he works on is CYT, catch yourself thinking. That's what we have to endlessly work very, very hard at. What are we thinking? Whatever we're thinking are the words that we are using to fuel our negativity. And when we catch ourselves doing that, we have to stop it. It's not easy to do, and it's definitely not easy to turn those negative thoughts into anything positive, but keep at it. Keep at it, and eventually you will turn things around. Eventually you will catch sight of yourself in a shop window as you walk past, or catch sight of yourself in a mirror, and you'll go, hey, I look great. And you'll walk down the stairs and you'll say, I can do this. I can just glide down these stairs. It just takes time, it takes effort, and it takes practice, like life does.